not seen a detailed point of view on artificial intelligence. So what we see is that AI is not being developed for what's best in our public interest, but rather it's being developed for commercial applications to earn revenue. I would prefer to see our Western democratic ideals baked in to our AI systems of the future, but it doesn't seem like that's what's probably going to be happening.
Here at Atlantic Towers, if you do something that is deemed wrong by management, you will get a photo like this with little notes on it. They'll circle you and put your apartment number or whatever on there. Something about it just doesn't seem right. Especially the way they go about using it to harass people.
Atlantic Plaza Towers in Brownsville is at the center of a security struggle. The landlord filed an application last year to replace the key fob entry with a biometric security system, commonly known as facial recognition.
We thought that they wanted to take the key fobs out and install the facial recognition software. I didn't find out until way later on, literally, that they wanted to keep it all. Pretty much turn this place into Fort Knox, a jail, Rikers Island.
There's this old saw in science fiction, which is the future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed. And what they tend to mean when they say that is that rich people get the fancy tools first and then it goes last to the poor. But in fact, what I've found is the absolute reverse, which is the most punitive, most invasive, most surveillance-focused tools that we have, they go into poor and working communities first. And then if they work, after being tested in this environment where there's sort of low expectation that people's rights will be respected, then they get ported out to other communities.
Why did Mr. Nelson pick on his building in Brownsville that is predominantly in a black and brown area? Why didn't you go to your building in Lower Manhattan where they pay like $5,000 a month rent? What did the Nazis do? They rode on people's arms, okay, so that they could track them. What do we do to our animals? We put chips in them so you can track them. I feel that I, as a human being, should not be tracked, okay? I'm not a robot, okay? I am not an animal, so why treat me like an animal? And I have rights.
The security that we have now, it's borderline intrusive. Someone is in there watching the cameras all day long. So I don't think we need it. It's not necessary at all.
My real question is, how can I be of support?
What I've been hearing from all of the tenants is they don't want this system. So I think the goal here is, how do we stop face recognition, period.
We're at a moment where the technology is being rapidly adopted and there are no safeguards.
It is, in essence, a wild, wild west. It's not just computer vision. We have AI influencing all kinds of automated decision making. So what you are seeing in your feeds, what is highlighted, the ads that are displayed to you, those are often powered by AI-enabled algorithms. And so your view of the world is being governed by artificial intelligence. You now have things like voice assistants that can understand language.
Would you like to play a game?
You might use something like Snapchat filters that are detecting your face and then putting something onto your face. And then you also have algorithms that you're not seeing that are part of decision making. Algorithms that might be determining if you get into college or not. You can have algorithms that are trying to determine if you're credit worthy or not.
One of Apple's co-founders is accusing the company's new digital credit card of gender discrimination. One tech entrepreneur said the algorithms being used
are sexist. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak tweeted that he got 10 times the credit limit his wife received, even though they have no separate accounts or separate assets.
You're saying some of these companies don't even know how their own algorithms work.
They know what the algorithms are trying to do. They don't know exactly how
they
the
get
algorithm
there.
is getting there. It is one of the most interesting questions of our time. How do we get justice in a system where we don't know how the algorithms are working?
So Amazon engineers decided that they were going to use AI to sort through resumes for hiring.
Amazon is learning a tough lesson about artificial intelligence. The company has now abandoned an AI recruiting tool after discovering that the program was biased against women.